On is Katie York for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. Fielded at the 7. Things going well so far. All right, so they're going to take over at the 39. Nice effort there.
First down 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10.
Cougar 19.
Working from the gun, it's Willis. That's caught, Devon Achane. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. He just gets down inside the 35-yard line. They get 27 on the play. And that is the Dolphins' first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Well, Brock, every football fan knows that these two have been rivals for decades. As of late in the AFC East, they've had their struggles. Last division title either team was 2008. Last playoff win, kind of shockingly, coming all the way back in 2011.
Kate, some of the biggest names in the history of the sport. Joe Willie, Namath, Dan Marino, Don Shula. Over the last 30 years, the Jets, they've got 11 coaches. The Dolphins, 12. You just can't sustain success without continuity.
They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Okay, ready?
Might be able to start their game with a score here, Brock. This is 1st and goal.
Red. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
They were on the counter to Achane. And he stopped just a little short of the goal line. He's down to the 2. He gets him 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd and goal.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Ready?
Shotgun snap now to Willis. Looking, but will not find it. So incomplete on 2nd and goal, Brock. Chances starting to run thin to score here. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on 4th, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
Check. Let's go.
Achane. And he's in for the touchdown. The Dolphins finish off their opening drive. Devon Achane with the touchdown. Zane Gonzalez on for the point after try. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Dolphins start off well to tie things 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Here's Smith on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
At their own 31-yard line.
We've set it downs for him from the 31.
Here we go. Here we go. 10 black. 10 cycles. Right. Edo blue. Drill green.
Rattler now off the play action. Rolling into enemy territory. Into the red zone. Touchdown, New York! The Jets take the lead on the first play of the drive. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olson would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they could score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. He'll take this at the 10. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Ready?
All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes
Check,
first and
Brad.
10.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk.
He'll start the drive with H-Hand. Nearly starts the drive with a first down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
That is just a great drive start. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes second and 1.
Ready?
H-Chan again. Makes a cut to the right side. Through the defense it goes. Room to burn. And he will take it in. Touchdown Miami. The Dolphins trim the lead to 1. Devon H-Chan with the touchdown. Extra point is good by Gonzalez. And the Dolphins tie things up at 14. We've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's Smith on the return. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line.
Take over first and 10. at their own 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31.
Let's go. Trouble, 38. Hut, hut. Hey, check mega. Ready?
Here's Rattler, 1st and 10. Knocked away, that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, and brings up 2nd down.
You know, it's one thing to tell a quarterback not to telegraph a pass. It's quite another to fundamentally do the right things. You got to use your eyes to move defenders in this league, especially on your primary target.
Here's Brees Hall on the ground for the first time. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
1st down, New York.
Ready, ready. Yellow, 43. Set.
Pistol snap to Rattler. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Blaster, mega. Ready.
On the gun, Rattler. It's caught, it's Brees Hall. Not a lot of space, maybe to the 33. Tackled there by Jerome Baker.
A game of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
52 blaster. Set, go.
They give on 2nd to Hall. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a 1st down, that's a bonus.
32, yellow. Claws red. Smash red. Strike. Set, hut.
From the red zone on 1st. That's incomplete left side. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
Set.
A give left side for Hall. 2nd down run gets him 5. Now they've got 3rd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4.
45, white. Rail green. Rail yellow.
Shotgun snap to Rattler. Complete beyond the marker. And that's a New York touchdown. The Jets break the tie here in the 1st. It's an Adnan Mitchell touchdown. York now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets break that tie and now lead by 7. On now he's York to kick this one away. Brings in the kick at the 9. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds to hand them excellent field position up across the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear. Hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Throwing on first down, Willis. This is caught by Jalen Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And it's going to be first down Miami.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. At the shotgun, they'll give it to Achane. Still has some space inside the 35. And there's the stop after he drives this down to the 13. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too.
That's another Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. The Jets with an early lead. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this.
On the set.
We're back for the second quarter. Dolphins in a real good spot to score.
Let's go. Set up. Steady.
They go play action. Here's Willis. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's keeping it. And they're going to be set up with first and goal as this goes out of bounds. Brock at the 3-yard line.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of the defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
Achane will not get past the line. He's held up at 4. Offense in a hurry up here. Another for Achane. Fighting for the goal line. Oh, he lost it. Someone punched it out. And the fumble recovery is made.
Kate, I am telling you, ball security critical over the entire 100 yards. If you start smelling that end zone, you're inside the 5. Boy, you've got to take care of that ball at all.
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. So they managed to keep possession. They've got third and short now.
17, down. 19 Charger, 19 Charger. Ready, right?
Willis to throw it. And oh, he got it! Interception! The rookie from Oklahoma has it. And the Jets will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10.
Ready. 43, red. Strike. Check, strike. Blue striker. Set.
Rattler back to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. Give him 25 on that play. And that's good for a Jets first down.
On the ready.
Just one play into this drive, and they are already sitting on their own 45. Now Rattler on the play fake. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
They've got first down here from the 36. They'll send him over right.
Ready.
Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. He may catch him, but not until he's picked up 8 yards. It's second down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Last one got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down.
Come on, set. Block 40.
Rattler to the air now. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming third down.
Finally a rare win for them against this passing game, and a much-needed one to hopefully restore a little morale on that sidelines. 3 first-half touchdowns. They've been lit up like the 4th of July and really needed something that could be a foothold toward a little momentum before we get to halftime.
On third down, here's Rattler. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's a money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Fight, 60. Drill, green. Blaster, 6. Fury, yellow. Black shot. Red, cycle. Hut.
From the red zone now. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Jets pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It is a word broadcasters hesitate to use for a lot of reasons, but 4 touchdowns in 4 drives, Brock. I think we can throw it out here. Perfection thus far.
Yeah, this game will humble you at this level. I mean, this is the best of the best playing it, and you don't normally see this kind of execution and this kind of efficiency, so I understand that word perfection. I will remind everybody, though, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Now is York to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Pretty good field position awaiting the Dolphins as they head up here, 1st and 10.
Tag! Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Let go.
H.A.M. running right. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Well, more often than not, it's a passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Cowboy 80.
First down, and they go right back to it. He'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Ready. Lightning 18.
Willis. This is reeled in by Taysom Hill. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. Give him 24 on that play. And that is the Dolphins' first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Go. Go.
Here's Willis to the air. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the ball. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Go, Rig. Go. Come on. Come on. Set. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Panther 60. Panther 60.
2nd and 10. Here's Willis. Escapes the pocket. That's by Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
On the set. Big Lion. Let's go now. 70 line. Ready.
Running with Achane here with the gun. And this hasn't been a common side out of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate
ready.
nonetheless.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10.
Bronco East. Ready.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. On the move, headed right. And he's going to score a touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins make it a one-score game before halftime. It's a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Gonzalez now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dolphins chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. Oh, and the kicking team's got it.
Just look at everyone flying down the field. But when they fly down the field, they got 2 things in mind, Kate. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, separate the ball if you can. It's rare that it happens, but it sure is exciting when it does.
And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Working inside the red zone. And this is a Miami touchdown. The Dolphins earn the chance to tie before halftime.
Kate, we know you can do it in different ways in today's NFL at quarterback. Some with the brains, the processing, that anticipation and accuracy. Some can do it with their improv skills to create a play when everything breaks down. You just put on a show.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Wangu now to return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready, set.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Ready. 60 red. 60 red. Black shot. Check.
Looking to throw, Rattler. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it's good for a New York first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Got it.
They've got first down here from the 36.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow. 40. Shot. Check. Yellow. Set.
Hall running between the tackles. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Jets first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready. Black. Hut.
Here's Rattler. Throw right side, caught by Smith. Down to the 10. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with first and goal.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Ready up.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Black 40.
They give to Hall on the draw. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Listen, everybody in the huddle and on the sidelines sure wanted a little bit more from that run, but he didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot, and can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
50, green. Ready.
Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. Derwin James picks it. And the Dolphins make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there. Heck, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
Gun snap now to Willis. And this one is launched downfield. They connect on the deep shot. And they're finally able to take him down with the damage done on that play. Miami calls a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Brock, you remember when they were near their own end zone? Yeah, things have totally changed now. 1st and 10 in enemy territory. A play fake now, Willis to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
Yeah, we hear about it all the time. A short memory, right? We hear about it with quarterbacks a lot, Kate, when they make a mistake. But it works the same way for a defense, a whole position group. You have got to flush that big play, come back and play the next play, and boy, did the defense do it there.
Okay, break.
Good time to reach in the bag of tricks on 2nd down. 16 to go following the sack.
70 tip, 19 tight, 19 tight. Street.
Working from the gun, it's Willis. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This is going to be a tough one, 55 yards away. Pressure coming from the right edge, and they block it! So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Fields this one at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10.
Hurt. Ready. 60 Bison. Ready.
Second half begins with a run by A-Chain. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Got it. Ready.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Willis looking to throw. Taken in by Hill, right side. And he's going to be brought down right at the 35. They gain 11 on that play. And it's going to be 1st down Miami. All set to go now from the 35.
Let's go. Viking 18.
Chan, a first down carry. Winning there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
79 Broncos.
To throw, here's Willis. Chased out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Long-time standout Calais Campbell there for the stop.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
18, 70 Lions.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That's 16 on the pickup. And that is the Dolphins' first down.
First down. First and 10
Come on,
at the
come on.
36-yard line.
Panther 60, Panther 6, Panther 6.
Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. He has room to get the 25. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. Gain 15 there. And it's going to be first down Miami.
Easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
70 Timberwolf.
Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
Willis now. It's a screen play to Edwards. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield. And
he runs it across. Touchdown! The Dolphins take the lead right away in half number 2. Gonzalez now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Wangu now to return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The New York offense ready to get going here. It's first and 10.
Let's go. 22 needles. 33. Yellow.
Rattler setting to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
That's good for the Jets.
Here's Rattler, first and 10. Will dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it's good for a New York first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, Man, is it difficult on the defense.
And motion him out of the backfield left. Pistol snap to Rattler. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down around the 34.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
This one goes for 3 yards. And that's good for a Jets first down. New set of downs for him from the 31.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
10 flat. Ready.
Shotgun snap to Rattler. Connects with his back. Hall. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Field flat. Ready.
Rattler finds Wood. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Working quickly here.
Brings up second and 5 at the 16-yard line.
On the give, it's Miller. And they find him after just a yard, and it's third down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up third and 3.
Here we go. 50, green.
On the gun, Rattler. Toward the end zone, but incomplete. That's going to force them into a fourth down decision.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you've got a great chance to win.
They'll run for it with Hall. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a first and goal.
52.
That's good for the Jets. First down. First and goal, New York.
Drill green. Dog red.
Empty backfield now. Running back motions out left. Rattler to the air now. And got his man. Touchdown, New York. The Jets start the second half with some needed points. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
York now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets tie this game 35 apiece. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Prime Time. It's been a thrilling game, an absolute barn burner that is shockingly still tied as we get set for the fourth.
Dave York to kick off.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Return starts at the 9. And this will give them some decent field position here, partner. And this gets out to the 30. All right, Miami has its offense set, partner. Here comes first and 10.
6, 7 Pirates. Ready.
Here's Willis to the air. It's caught left side by Hill. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
There's no question, Kate, big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Ready.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
They'll work against the blitz. Defense is too much here. The Jets drag him down. And pushes them back. Third down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
On the ready.
Third down, Jets into the dime.
Ready. 79. Panther 60. Go check. Go check. Ready.
Here he goes. Third and long. He's going to try to drop it in. Deep right. So the coverage holds up on the deep ball. That's going to force fourth down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Well, tie game, and they want to be the ones to put this away. They're going for it.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
Fourth down. Pass coming. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
One way or the other, that was going to be a decisive play to break this tie. They thought that they could pick it up, no question about it, and build some momentum down the field. But how about a shout-out to that defense, now setting their offense up in great position.
Down. 60. Green. Striker. 3-3. Black Ultra. Ready?
Now Rattler. Pass is caught at the 9. And he's taken down as they very quickly get into first and goal. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. Almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Smash! Smash! Hut, hut.
From the red zone now. Catch made. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's second and goal.
Here we go. Ready.
Hall's going to try to smash his way in. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Jets take a fourth-quarter lead. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Now he's York to kick this one away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Offense emptying the backfield as they come up here. First and 10. Shotgun snap now to Willis. It's caught. This is Jalen Wright. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio. This guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Throwing on first down, Willis. This one's taken in by Hill. And he will wind up out of bounds after a first down gain of right around 3 yards.
That's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Willis to throw it. Out to his wide out, it's a screen. And he'll get it up to the 44.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. They were Johnny on the spot.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Ready? Liking 18. Ready?
He'll throw it. One makes the catch. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Ready? Press all 80. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Working from the gun, it's Willis. Completes this one to Hill. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Getting 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets them a first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
On the ready.
Offense is set. 1st and 10.
Come on. Set. Cowboy.
Working inside the red zone. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Panther 11.
Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
18 Cardinal. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
And this finds him in the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins now trail by just a point in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Here's Smith on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now after that snap, there's an injured Dolphin still out there. So we're going to get a stoppage here as they go out to look at him. New York to the line. 1st and 10.
Get ready. Get ready.
Looking to throw, Rattler. It's caught left side by Mitchell. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. It's the 2-minute warning from Miami. Jets want to end it in regulation if they can.
Ready, set.
2nd and 3 now.
Come on. Red, yellow, sticky, green. Red, green. Cut.
Rattler now off the play action. Has some daylight through the 40. He's going to get this to the opposing 41. He picks up 28 on the play. And it's good for a New York first down.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is he got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
So first down from the 41.
Down. 10 flat. Draw. 10. Check, cut.
He'll look to throw it. Complete it over the middle. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Jets moving quickly, trying to get the offense set. From the gun, it's Hall. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Ready?
Here he is to throw. That one's complete, right side. And they're going to do it, Brock. They break the tie in the final minute. It's a touchdown. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard-fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal. But you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
Now he's York to kick this one away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10.
Bronco 80. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Setting up to pass. Escapes the pocket. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away. That's going to send him back to the line for 2nd.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Just over 40 seconds to play as they line up. 2nd and 10.
Come on. Set. Ready,
Back to throw. It's his running back. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds for the first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
At the 39-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's Willis to the air. Escapes the pocket. Can't connect on the throw to his running back. That's an incomplete pass. Takes him to 2nd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Here we go. Viking, 8 6.
2nd and 10. Here's Willis. Hits him on the out route. And they get this down to the 28. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Here's Willis. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Clock running. Dolphins will hurry to the line.
That's another Dolphins.
From the red zone on first. Makes the catch. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. All right, got a timeout here. Just 8 seconds remaining in our ball game.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion. The completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
And that's incomplete, but I do see some laundry on the field. Let's see what this flag is all about. So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Go. Panther Cowboy 80.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. And this ball's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Cup 19. Cup Cougar 19. Go Champ. Go Champ. Ready.
Here he goes. One final shot. Escapes the pocket. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. So it's a road win for the Jets. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Jets as we say so long from Miami.